Hello everyone, Swezi here, back with another video. So, have you ever wondered how it seems as if some other people are destined for good jobs? It's like they move from this good job onto the next good job and then onto the next good job, like with good pay and good benefits. Like, why is it like only these people get these jobs? In this video, I want to talk about why these people get these jobs, but I also want to talk about how we get to miss good job opportunities or the reasons why we miss good job opportunities. So, I was having a conversation with a certain guy the other day. He reached out to me and said, "Oh, Wezi, I want you to work on my CV." Actually, if you want me to work on your CV, I do revamp people's CVs. I charge $40 for each CV revamp. So if you want me to work on your CV, just reach out to me on my social media platforms or on my number. I'll work on your CV with $40. Not a lot. So this guy reached out to me and then we were having a chat, right? So as we were having a chat, he said something. That's the reason why I'm doing this video. So he said, "You know what, Wezi? I'd like to work for these big multinational companies or organizations like the United Nations or the World Bank, IMF." He mentioned like those big multinational organizations. And he said, "There's only one thing that stops me from applying, or there's only one thing that stops me from working in these organizations." So I said, "Do you mind if you tell me?" So he said, "No, I don't mind." So this is what he said. He said the application process is arduous. Like they need a lot. I was like, that could be the reason why you don't get to work with these organizations. So I'll talk about 2 or 3 reasons why I think some people are able to find these good job opportunities, while some other people don't get to find these good job opportunities. So let me start with the first one, which is a reason that my friend gave: being afraid of the application process itself. Now, let me put it this way. Most times we're used to the application process that only requires a CV and a cover letter, or sometimes maybe just a CV, right? So let's say you want to find a job, an international job. Now you get online, they tell you you have to create a profile for you to apply for this job. And then when you start the application process, you have to answer maybe 3 or 4 or 5 essays, like why do you want to work for us? Or tell us a reason why you think you're the right candidate for this job. Like they'll let you answer a lot of questions. They tell you, oh, maybe this one 200 words, or maybe this one 300 words. Like you should answer in an essay format. At the end of it all, they will still tell you upload your CV. Then you'll be like, what's happening here? So let me put it this way. To some people, this is like a long process of application. Like, why should I go through this just for me to get employed? Right. Now, let me put it this way. If you want to work in that organization, why would you want to ignore the only means of entry into that organization? If they say the only means of entry in this organization is for you to apply for this job through this process, why would you say, you know what? It's too much for me. I won't even apply, but I'd like to work for you guys. Make it make sense, yeah? It doesn't make sense. So the thing is, if you want to work for this big multinational organization, not only even these big organizations, but now things have changed, right? Now organizations will always use these means for them to sieve and to filter like who will go to the next stage. So if possible, make sure you use the means that they have said you should use, because you can't go any you can't go around it, you can't bypass the system. If they said this is a way for you to apply for this job, use the same means. Now let me also say one thing: if possible, if you're applying for these jobs, like these big opportunities, make sure you follow instructions. I remember I applied for a certain job in one of the big organizations. They said you have to answer our essays in such a format. Actually, you have to watch a video for how you have to answer how to apply for that job. I mean, that's a lot of work, right? Actually, I think it took me maybe 3 or 4 days, maybe, anyway, because maybe I was just kind of like skipping. But you can finish it within a day. But the thing is, it needs a lot of work for you to write essays, for you to proofread them, for you to do all these things. You need to do a lot. So don't eliminate yourself and say, you know what, I want to apply for this job because they're looking for a lot of things. Now, the thing is, only those who have been able to go through the process of application will be considered. So if you haven't applied, or if you haven't given it a try, they won't even consider you. I mean, why should they even consider you? Because I mean, they won't even get your application. So the thing is, if you want to work in these big organizations, as I said, not only in these big organizations, just make sure you go through the means. Now, this is not only with work, but also schools. Sometimes the school wants you to send in a personal statement. They want you to answer some essays or whatever. Make sure you go through the system. I mean, you can't bypass it. So that's the first reason why we miss these opportunities because we think they're looking for a lot of things. Why should I even try? It's like, okay, cool. If you don't try, you won't get a chance to work with this organization, or you won't get a chance to do to study with this school, right? So let me talk about the second reason. The second reason why you miss these opportunities is thinking they are only for a select few people. When you see a vacancy, you're like, you know what, I think this job would fit Wesley, or this job would fit Vanessa, or this job would fit James, or this job would fit this guy. Instead of you putting yourself into the picture, you're putting other people in the picture. It's like, you know what, you have eliminated yourself, but you haven't even given it a try to be like, you know what, maybe let me give it a try. Maybe I'll be given a chance. Now, let me put it this way: if possible, only apply for jobs that you are maybe around 50 or 60% qualified for the job. Why I'm saying this is because I got a message the other day from a certain guy. So I normally post job vacancies. So he said to me, I have seen you have posted this job, but I am not qualified, but I still want to apply for the job. Now, to be honest, I was like, but you have kind of like told me you are not qualified for this job, but you still want to apply for this job. I was like, you know what? I will not try to discourage you. I said, if possible, go ahead and apply. But if you think you're not qualified, maybe your chances of you being called for interviews are slim. All right. So, as much as I'm saying you should always put yourself in the picture, but you also have to be realistic. If you think you are 20% qualified for the job, or maybe 30% qualified for the job, I would say the chances of you being called for interviews are slim. Now, let me put it this way: there are miracles, they do happen. You can be called for interviews, right? But for the most part, if you are maybe 60 or 70% qualified, you should go ahead and um, apply for the job. Yep. So, this was just a short video. I thought I'd just talk about these two things. Firstly, don't be afraid of the application process. You have to go through the application process for you to be considered. Secondly, don't eliminate yourself by thinking these jobs are for a specific set of people, right? Like, oh, maybe only these types of people will be able to get these jobs. Yeah. So in this video, I just wanted to talk about these two reasons why we do get to miss some other job opportunities. I hope you do get to find this video helpful. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.